All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday evening Parent Academy webinar session. Thank you for joining, and again, we are excited to have you as audience listeners and participants. I'm Dr. Dre Graham, the Director of Educational Equity and Outreach for Alachua County Public Schools, and I welcome you this evening. Tonight, we will receive some helpful information from our guest speaker, Mr. Terrell Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins will share details regarding the importance of communication and student success strategies. Just before we get started, let's review a few housekeeping elements. Please keep your microphones on mute through the duration of the presentation. We will be monitoring your questions and will respond accordingly. Please use the Q&A feature located at the bottom of your webinar window. And please note that all Parent Academy webinars are closed captioned, recorded, and posted to our website for access at a later date for re-review and for any individuals who cannot tune in live tonight. Your questions will be answered at the conclusion of each session. If there's a specific need to have a personal conversation, the Parent Academy email is parentacademy@gm.sbac.edu. And we will get to those questions and your requests for additional information forwarded to the correct ACPS or community team member. And now, I'd like to present our guest speaker for this evening, Mr. Terrell Jenkins, Santa Fe Chief Specialist at Santa Fe College.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Graham. Definitely thankful to be here this evening, and just want to let all parents know out there that I feel where a lot of you may be coming from. My daughters have recently become college students in recent years, and just the topic is really great that we're talking about the communication and family involvement and all of those things. And so my contact information will be one of the last slides that I show you. So please feel free to take my information when that's available. I have my phone number and email up there. So if any way that I can be a resource and help in any way, please don't hesitate. Say nothing too small or too big. I don't mind doing my job. And if I don't know what you're asking, I will do my best to get in touch with somebody who does and get you the information that you need. So just before I get into the presentation, which will be PowerPoint slides, and it's going to talk about the Santa Fe College and Santa Fe Achieve and some other resources that we have. I want to just speak a little bit about the family involvement and the importance of the organization and planning and communication as we talk about education. And a lot of it is examples from the college world, but I think it's applicable to just students in general. So it could be, applied to K through 12 students as well. And that is, first off, is just, setting our goals. Speaking with my daughters, they really had strong goals from an early age. So it was somewhat easy because it was more just helping them find opportunities and just different ways to support their goals. But being able to, just establish goals and then managing the expectations, which some of that could be like trying to minimize stress or, keeping focus on, certain tasks and things like that are in line with your goals. So those are two things that really stood out, and remembering, just the conversations having with my daughters regarding their education. And it gets a little bit different at the college level because they have more say so and ownership of what they're doing, but we still are in constant communication about what their goals are, helping them stay on track. And then again, really managing their expectations has been a huge part of the communication that we've been having, because just kind of helping them stay encouraged and motivated and things like that. And then finding other people, other avenues to talk to them, because sometimes I might not be the one that they want to hear from. So, which is humbling as it is, because, I try to be Father of the Year every year, but sometimes they just want to hear things from other people. So being able to find, the people who may, have their answers. So having said that, I want to go ahead and start my presentation slides. So I'm going to share my screen here, and we'll get going. So you see Achieve Santa Fe College. And so a lot of us may be familiar with the Santa Fe College part of things, but this Achieve is, which I'll get into a little bit here in the slides, but it is a newer initiative that we have, and it provides really about shattering barriers. It provides tuition money, money for books, mentors, parent and family workshops, lots of benefits for students who are in grades 9 through 12 in Alachua and Bradford County High School. So it's open to our public high school students, and GPA is not a requirement for this scholarship program. It's a really awesome deal that is accessible to a lot of students who may not be able to find scholarship anywhere else. So this is really a huge opportunity for our community. So I'm showing Ms. Palenthia's information because I'm aware that some of you may have connected with her or spoken to her in some way previously. So I just wanted to have her information here in the case you may didn't get it before, or you may need to contact her in the future, but she is our, as you can see, the SF Achieve Middle School and Family Program Specialist. So she's going to be a great resource for parents and families in our community. So I just wanted to have her information there. I am working with her on this program tonight, and I just wanted to have her information here in case we need to contact her going forward. But she's, well, if you know, she's great. So definitely want to connect you with her. So this information that she provided and wanted to share with us this evening about the Santa Fe Achieve Family Program about empowerment. She really wants to help us have information and opportunities to have parents be able to be empowered in helping their student. So as you can see from the slide, you know, it talks about parents of middle schoolers being able to visit Santa Fe College campus. So we invite the community to do campus tours and visits so you can see the programs and people up close. So I know a lot of people may have an interest in becoming an RN, for example. So to be able to see where those classes are and what they look like, because it's not like the typical classroom. You may see, you know, just medical related things in there, and it gives the student a better idea of what, you know, the experience could be like. Also building understanding for college readiness and career readiness. Those are some things that we want to help with as far as building a culture of, you know, college going and career ready culture. So we definitely want to help with that through the SF Achieve Family Program and connecting parents with resources, as we mentioned. And some of that help and that assistance can look like filling out FAFSA forms, scholarships. We will help with, you know, any of those things with applications, writing essays for scholarships and or thank you letters and things like that. So we to be, you know, as helpful as we can in any way that we can. Building relationships with, you know, the schools, the students, and the community, because as Santa Fe Achieve Specialists, we are assigned to the high schools that I mentioned. So they have a representative from our college at each high school to be a resource for, you know, all of the parents and families, and then working together with the community, because, you know, the students go somewhere when they leave school. So we want to be in a lot of those places too. So we're just all working together toward the same goals of being helping students be successful. And then finishing off here with provide and host parent and family workshops on various topics. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to provide Ms. Palenthia's information, because as those workshops become available, and you'll be able to, she'll be able to contact you and let you know when they are. So provide the Santa Fe Achieve program. This is actually what the document looks like. So it gives you an opportunity, among other things, to sign up for the program. But before we talk about doing that, I just wanted to speak to some of the benefits of the Santa Fe Achieve program. Again, it's available to public high school students in, you know, Alachua and Bradford counties. And as I just mentioned, Achieve Specialists will be assigned to each high school. So we'll give one-on-one, face-to-face, pre-college advising and helping students exploring their options during and after high school. So it could be speaking about careers, or we could be helping a student with writing and building up certain skills that will help them, you know, be a better student when they get to college. Working with their counselors so that we can learn, you know, what options are available, what resources that the school have, and we can all just be on the same page. And then we have the a college Canvas course, the Picture Yourself in College, which will help prepare students learning about some of the topics in college, some of the terminology like tuition and semesters and what do these things mean. So that course is designed to help students just become familiar and get off to a good start at the college level. And then we have the mentors that each Santa Fe Achieve Scholar will be paired with a mentor when they graduate. So they're not going, starting on their own. They have someone that they can talk to, whether it's to learn about parking, like where do I park, or where is this building, or just if they just need somebody to talk to because they're just going through whatever they may be going through and just need somebody to talk to. So mentors will be provided for each scholar. Some of the bigger benefits of the scholarship program is obviously going to be the money. So we have full tuition scholarships available through the SF Achieve program, and it will help cover up to 60 credits at Santa Fe College. So that could be up to a 2-year program. Now this can be for a range. It's not limited to just bachelor's or just certifications. It runs the range of what we offer at Santa Fe. So the tuition will help pay for the tuition scholarship will help pay for up to 60 credits at Santa Fe College. And then it gets even better because textbooks are covered. So students can receive up to $400 per semester for books for a full-time student. So up to $400 will be covered. And then with that, even if a student doesn't get the tuition scholarship, all Achieve scholars can still qualify and receive the free textbook money. So it's really great benefits. So students are able to just sign up for their classes and begin without having to worry about the books or tuition being covered, because that's one of the barriers we definitely want to remove and help people not worry about. So a little bit about Santa Fe College. As some of us may know or heard, we were the recent #1 college in the United States, and even more recently than that, the #1 college in the state of Florida. So we have support and resources you need to succeed. That can run from the free tutoring that we have in the Learning Commons, which is located in the library, academic support services, disability resource center, counseling, lots of resources available for our students, and resources such as the Career Exploration Center, which is actually open to the public. So you don't have to be a Santa Fe College student or staff to utilize the resources at the Career Exploration Center. And that's a great resource because it helps you learn more about you, your interests and skills, and help you find an occupation or a college program that fits those skills. And also they will help look for scholarships. Then we have the planetarium and the zoo. The only zoo on the college campus is right here in Gainesville at Santa Fe College. It's a teaching zoo. So that's definitely a big draw from students from around the world, literally. And that's reflected in our student body. We have students from every state and more than 100 countries. So the class sizes are small. They're capped at 34 or 15. And the regular, or I guess our normal classes are capped at 34. The 15 is for honors classes. So they're smaller class sizes. And honors is not necessarily harder. It's just a different type of challenge. They're structured different. So some students really benefit and thrive in a smaller setting. So honors class could be for them. And I wanted to draw your attention down here to the right corner on the bottom to our mascot, because a lot of people don't know that we actually have one. And I want you to know, you'd be among maybe the few who do know now that we do have a mascot, and it's Caesar the Saint Bernard. So looks like maybe a bulldog to some people, but is actually a Saint Bernard. And I want you to know that so that you can maybe on a trivia night, you can wow your friends with what you know about Santa Fe College that they didn't know. So whether you want to further your education or career, we have lots of options available. And again, going back to the Santa Fe Achieve, the scholarship and books, that it's applicable to each of these types of degree types. So certifications, the bachelor's degrees, AA and AS programs. And we're going to go into what those are here. certificate programs, as you kind of see on the photos here, is a diverse group of programs, and they take anywhere from 6 months to 2 years to complete. Associate in Science or AS programs is hands-on training to further your career. So it's usually about 2 years to complete. And one of our more popular ones is the RN in nursing. That's AS program example. But on the word cloud here up in the left, you see dental hygiene, business management, health sciences, zoo tech. So lots of different things. Digital media are all 2-year programs or AS, and they're designed to get you into working sooner than later, and not necessarily for college credits. Although some may offer a few college credits, but it's designed for workforce. So these are some really good programs, and they pay very well. Also, like the dental hygiene, the average salary for that is about $80,000. And I know one dental hygienist, she works 3 days a week. So that's pretty good money for, being off, half of the work week anyway. And then 4 days a week? Yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Maybe I should have thought about that. We have Associate in Arts, AAs. So those are degrees that most students probably come to a place like Santa Fe College for, because they get their 60 credits and transfer to a 4-year program, or they're able to stay at Santa Fe College and enroll in one of our 9 bachelor degree programs. So those are 4-year programs, and those are all in fields that are maybe not offered at the University of Florida, or they can't meet the capacity for, so that we're allowed to offer those. So there's a range. And one of the best ways to find the programs that we offer at Santa Fe College is to go to our website, and in the search box, you can put like programs of study along those lines, and they'll come up. The first 2 or 3 links will take you right there, and then you can see all of the programs that are offered. And if that's a challenge, you'll have my information or Miss Blenthea's contact information. So that's something that I can help with also. And this is just a reminder and encouragement. Again, this is one of those things that I feel would apply for elementary school, middle, high school students, as well as college students, but students who get involved succeed. There's something about students working with other students. I don't know if it's the motivation or just being with like-minded people who can help you with your assignments, but we see the relationship between students who are involved being successful. Like, for example, would you ever imagine like the college or the student body president, not doing well in class? That generally doesn't happen, for the most part, because it's something about the involvement in clubs and activities and serving and just doing the things that they do that allows them, maybe they learn more about themselves and become better students because they're taking on additional challenges and things like that. But we definitely do know that students who get involved succeed. So that's definitely something I want to encourage us all to help our young students find opportunities to, succeed. And now it doesn't always have to be athletics. There's readers and writers clubs that we have, like at Santa Fe College, or just different avenues. And, have an idea what, your child may be interested in. So if they can find something, at school, club organization to, support that, then I believe that will help them have a richer, a more well-rounded experience. And that was definitely the case for our students at Santa Fe College, but I've seen it in my own household with my daughter's experience at high school and in college as well. So we have some transfer options from Santa Fe College, which a lot of people may not be aware of. And we have programs with them, articulation agreements in place that if you complete your first let them know within your first year that you intend to transfer to their institution, then they have programs that will help you make a smooth transition to their school. So as you can see, we have the University of North Florida in Jacksonville, the University of West Florida in Pensacola, FAMU in Tallahassee, the University of South Florida in Tampa, and then the one at the bottom there is the University of the Virgin Islands. And then we also have another newer one that I didn't get the icon to stick on here, but we have New College, which is located southwest part of the state as well. So we have actually 6 transfer options, although with a AA degree, you can transfer to almost, school of your choice, depending on program and availability and things like that. But with our articulation agreements that we have in place with Santa Fe, we have the guaranteed transfer options here that you see on the screen. So here I've listed some resources that I feel may be helpful for some of you. The application, I just wanted to show the link here to let you know that it's online. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, because I know you may not be in a position to take a screenshot or take notes, but please just if you can ask it in the chat or somehow get in touch with me and I'll get you the information. But we have a parent and families portal, campus visits. So I have the link there just so you can, see it. You'll be able to click and find a date on the calendar, and we can schedule a tour or visit with you. And the Career Exploration Center, like I mentioned, this is the link for it, but it's located, on campus in Building R, which is near financial aid and the admissions office. And it, again, is open to the public. So feel free. And if you want to coordinate trips there with me, feel free to do that. Call me. I'll be there to, walk into the Career Exploration Center if need be, and we can sit down and use some of the resources there that'll help you get to what you're looking for. So we have the Academic Advisement Center for our students, civic engagement. So these are opportunities for the students at the college. So volunteering, community involvement. And I just kind of wanted to show you some of the diversity of what's available, just in case it could be something that would be helpful. The Counseling Center, which includes therapy dogs. So sometimes we just may not know what to say or don't want to talk to anybody, but there's therapy dogs available. So you can just, petting the dog sometimes just helps you, relieve some stress, and in a way that talking to somebody may not at that particular time. Disability Resource Center provides accommodations for students. And then again, the free tutoring at the Learning Commons in the library, which is such a great resource. Isn't classes that you may want to tutor in, like anatomy and physiology and writing and science and different math classes. So definitely have free help there for students. And then again, here is Ms. Palenthea's information. So to give us a second to jot that down if necessary. And then there's this guy, which is obviously me. So my contact information, again, don't hesitate to get in touch with me if there's anything that I could do to help you out. And that is going to conclude our slides here. So I'm going to stop sharing and we're back. So anyone have any questions there, Dr. Graham? Okay, let's see what we have. Okay. So Ms. Golden, I am excited to be learning the opportunities at the college. Okay, so I will have to get back with Ms. Karen. I believe that's going to be a question for Dr. Graham, because I'm not quite sure how that may have occurred. So Ms. Karen, if you're out there listening, then please know that I'll ask Dr. Graham. And says, how can I get a full scholarship for my child planning to get into Santa Fe College? Oh, thank you, Ms. Karen. So to get the full scholarship for a child planning to attend Santa Fe College. So what I would say to that is that we're going to look at, I guess, a full picture of what aid could look like, because at the college and financial aid, and I definitely don't want to speak for them, but we try to look at the diversity of the resources that is available, or the aid that's available. So that could include grants, as well as scholarships and different types of aid. Loans are really seen as a maybe a last resort type of thing. So we like for our students to be able to graduate debt-free is the goal. So to answer your question, it's an individual, obviously individual basis. So when you complete your FAFSA and we know what your EFC, or the estimated family contribution, is, then it allows us to be able to find, just match up different resources that will meet the need. But if you get, say, I don't know, 60% funded through grants and other scholarships, the Achieve Scholarship is a last dollar. It kind of fills the gap. So that would provide the funding for the additional, well, I guess 40% in this example. So in that way, it may not be a singular scholarship that is like a full scholarship. It potentially could be, but more than likely, we will be able to fill the gap when other resources run out. So I hope that answers your question, but I can definitely, give you more details on that if you give me a call, text, or email. So if anyone else has any thoughts or questions, we definitely have the open floor. My presentation is done, so I can just be here to, again, answer any, questions that you have, or if you're thinking anything and just want to, I don't know, just run it by me to see what we can learn, and I'm here. So. Are there any other topics that may be thinking about along the uh, family and parent communication lines, or anything like that? College experience. Okay, so we have a question in the chat from Mr. McNeil. So the at the Disability Resource Center, we have they'll basically do assessments to see, just, I guess, the see what the, I guess, situation is. And there's sometimes, I guess, paperwork involved, just documentation that's just kind of establishing what the situation is, what the student may need, as far as what their limitations could be and what accommodations need to be made. And then, so basically it's like a case management in a way. Definitely in the office, they'll go in and do assessment, evaluation, and conversation with the family and the student to determine what needs to be done. So it's kind of really, I know it's really general, but somewhat how the process will work. But again, that's something that we can just get more information by giving them a call or visit to the office. So we have a question about, does GPA does it, I guess, affect or play a role in the students getting scholarships? So the answer, in a lot of cases, yes. For the SF Achieve scholarship, it does not. The students will need to graduate from high school, complete FAFSA, and complete the Picture Yourself in College course that I mentioned. But for lots of scholarships, say from the Santa Fe Foundation, there's a minimum GPA of 2.0 for lots of the scholarships. Now that can run a range from 2.0 to 3.0, 3.5, depending on the scholarship. So yes, GPA does play a role. But again, it depends on the scholarship. For SF Achieve, it does not. But for lots of scholarships, it could. It just depends on which scholarship is and what they're looking for as far as GPA. You're very welcome. So one of the there's lots of resources. I was going to say one of the resources that you could look at to just be able to look at specific scholarships and see what those requirements are is the Santa Fe Foundation webpage. And I think one of the things, well, I can show you what that looks like since we do have some time here. So I'm going to share my screen again, if that's okay. So if you search here for scholarships, it's generally the way I do it. Then the Santa Fe College Foundation is the first link that comes up. And when you scroll down, let me see, explore scholarships. And then you can apply now, check application status, or donate now. But if you scroll down on this page, you'll be able to see the list of some of the scholarships. I say some because there's close to 700 at the foundation, but on this list, it's about 138 from my last count. But as you can see, it's alphabetical order, lots of scholarships that are available. So let's scroll back up to the top here and just see. I'm going to click on one and let's see what the Patricia Blunt Scholarship looks like. So it has a summary. As I mentioned, you can see here 2.0 student must have a 2.0 GPA, and this is for part-time or full-time students, Alachua County and Bradford residents for girls. This one was for girls in preference for girls who are in PACE program, pursuing an AAAS or a certification. So if we're in Bradford County, similar setup is going to have the summary and the GPA, so the criteria there, as you can see. So that's pretty typical of what you'll find in a list like this, but I just wanted you to know how to find those scholarships. So yes, to apply for FAFSA, okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give Ms. Wanda's question first. So I'm gonna stop sharing here for a second. And so what are the suggestions you have for preparing children at elementary age for college? See, and hoping everybody can still hear me pretty good, but so preparing our students for college and elementary school, that's definitely where we want to start. Number one, and speaking with students and students council well and staff, is helping them explore just some of the possibilities, preparing for some of the skills that you'll need to be a good high school student and able to get to college. So, just different skills like writing and things like that. Shadowing experiences, being able to see some of the occupations and things like that come to life, some of the college programs. So lots of exploration. And we do lots of events at the college that students can come and visit and tour. The parent and empowering the parent is one of the ways that we will like to help prepare students as well. So the parental involvement in just workshops and just learning just different things that's going on in the college, I guess the college world, where will be the end goal for the students. So there was lots of ways that we like to help. And again, staying connected with Miss Palenthia, because she will actually be in the schools and working with families directly, and she'll have more, details on the things that she's doing. So that would be pretty helpful. But those are some of the ways that, in my experience, that we've been helping with elementary and middle schools to this point, preparing the student possibly for dual enrollment if that's an option, because that can start. So being able to prepare the student to get through middle school and up to high school on a good note. So those are all things to prepare for. But again, exploration and just building up skills are some of the main ways that we help with elementary. And how soon can you apply for FAFSA, especially a 12th grader? FAFSA opens October 1st and it closes June 30th. So the sooner the better. I was speaking with a mother at AQuinn this morning, and she mentioned that her son completed his FAFSA on October 1 when it opened, and he got more funding than he did last year when he waited. So the funds are first come, first served. So the sooner, the better. So October 1st, every year it opens and closes June 30th. So that's a really good question. Well, while we have a second, because I was thinking a little bit more about what we were talking about preparing the younger students for college, and it made me think about my own daughters, and one of the things that we were talking about with them is their goals, and I mentioned that at the start about the goals and expectations, and as the important thing about that is that helping them be flexible or adaptable as things go, because they have different challenges, and sometimes it's this interest just change. So being able to help them have the skill set and mindset to be able to adapt when changes come up, or if they decide to change, because that's one of the things, just being in communication with them, because one of my daughters is super independent, and so sometimes you feel like we don't need to worry about her as much because she's got it all figured out, but she'll have lots of, questions. But because she used to doing a lot of things on her own, she may not ask. So just being, being proactive and asking her, and not, waiting for her to ask me has been really helpful, because it gets things out in the open and helps her make better decisions than she probably would have. Not just making bad ones, but just more well-informed. So that's one of the things that has been helpful for us. So admission open. So the question about admissions, is it open now? Do you mean admissions to like the semester at Santa Fe College, or for the FAFSA application? So, well, for Santa Fe Achieve, admissions are open for 12th graders. For FAFSA, they are it's open for 12th graders as well. So I'm hoping either one of those answer your question, but they're each available. So definitely encourage you to do both, or either one that you may not have done, but they are both open. And I was just about to say, Dr. Graham should be back popping up right now, and there you are.
Yes, sir. I'm right here. This has been absolutely fantastic. Do we have any other questions? We want to make sure that we give you all the opportunity to reach out and ask whatever questions you can. You know that as Mr. Jenkins shared his contact information, we'll make sure that that is there. And once again, this was recorded and it is available online on the Parent Academy website that's reachable through the sbac.edu website. We'll give a couple more minutes, Mr. Jenkins, for parents to ask questions for them to come through.
Mm-hmm. We've had some pretty good ones so far, which I enjoyed. Some made me think a little bit and revisit my daughter's experience, which is definitely a crucial time in their lives, and being able to be a support for them is definitely something I've been learning how to grow better at. So definitely enjoy this experience.
You bring up something that's so important and so significant to the maturation, the growth, the success of our students, and that's that role of parental involvement. And that's really what we are here. That's what the purpose of these webinars is to empower our parents to be able to better support their students as they continue to grow as well. And so not seeing any further Any further questions? Just want to take an opportunity to thank Mr. Jenkins so much for being here tonight. And thanks again to everyone for joining tonight's Zoom. We appreciate your participation each week, that you are available to connect with us for more informative presentations and discussions. Once again, I'm Dr. Dre Graham, the Director of Educational Equity for Alachua County Public Schools. Next Thursday, October 20th, Mr. Bill Goodman, who is one of our scholarship and financial aid extraordinaires, will be with us to provide information regarding ways to pursue academic financial assistance. This is not something just for our high school families. This is something that our elementary and middle school families can start thinking about as well. But we hope that you will join us then as well. Have a great evening, everyone.
Yeah, have a great evening.